We will discuss about pacemaker. The ECG criteria of atrial pacing is there is a spike followed by P wave. QRS is normal. ECG criteria of ventricular pacing, there is a spike followed by QRS. QRS is wide, looks like left bundle branch block. In this ECG, we are seeing that there are pacemaker spike followed by broad wide QRS complex that is looks like LBBB. Now we should remember the following points. In atrial pacing, spike is followed by P and normal QRS. In dual chamber pacing, one spike is followed by P and another is followed by wide QRS. In right ventricular pacing, wide QRS looks like LBBB pattern. In atrial or ventricular pacing, spike may not be seen in demand pacemaker. Diagnosis of MI may be difficult in presence of pacemaker. Now, what are the indications of permanent pacemakers? The indications are complete heart block with syncope or Stokes-Adams syndrome, sick sinus syndrome, symptomatic or asymptomatic Mobis type 2 second degree AB block, symptomatic Mobis type 1 second degree AB block, bifascicular or trifascicular block with syncope, carotid sinus syndrome with bradycardia, repeated vasovagal syndrome with bradycardia. In some case of permanent atrial fibrillation, when other treatment fails, radiofrequency ablation followed by permanent pacemaker. Now, after myocardial infarction, permanent pacemaker is indicated in the following condition. Inferior infarction with complete heart block persisting over 2 weeks. Anterior infarction with persistent type 2 or complete heart block or newly acquired bundle branch or bifascicular block with transient type 2 second degree heart block or complete heart block. Now, indications of temporary pacemaker. Acute inferior myocardial infarction with second or third degree AB block or severe bradycardia with hemodynamic change. Acute extensive anterior MI with second or third degree AB block or new bifascicular block. LBBB or RBBB with left anterior hemiblock, RBBB with left posterior hemiblock. Patients awaiting for permanent pacing. Some tachycardia such as AV re-entry tachycardia and ventricular tachycardia can be terminated by overdrive pacing. After open heart surgery, some cases of cardiac arrest, severe digitalis toxicity. Now, details about pacemaker. Pacemaker is an artificial device used to electrically stimulate the heart. It is composed of two parts: battery powered generator wire electrode which is attached to the heart chamber to be stimulated atrium or ventricle or both. There are two types of pacemaker, temporary and permanent. Temporary pacemaker, the pacing wire is introduced through a peripheral vein, antecubital or subclavian or femoral, and placed in the apex of the right ventricle. The electrode is connected to a portable battery operated external pulse generator. It is withdrawn after the cardiac function is improved, usually after 7 to 10 days. Permanent pacemaker, the battery powered generator is placed subcutaneously in the chest wall or axillary region and the electrode is placed through a vein in the cardiac chamber. Pacing may be of dual chambered or single chambered, atrial or ventricular. There are two modes of pacemaker function. Fixed rate, it fires specific preset rate regardless of patient's own heart rate. Demand pacemaker, it works when the patient's heart rate falls below a preset rate. Currently, all pacemakers that are used are demand type. Demand pacemaker has two components: a sensing mechanism designed so that the pacemaker will be inhibited when the heart rate is adequate, a pacing mechanism designed to trigger the pacemaker when no intrinsic QRS complex occurs within a predetermined time period. There are commonly three-letter code that describes pacemaker function. First, designates the chamber paced. Second, the chamber sensed. Third, the mode of response. Three-letter code of pacing modes and functions. First, chamber paced, V ventricle, A atrium, D double O none. Second, chamber sensed V ventricle, A atrium, D double or none. Third, mode of response T triggered, I inhibited, D double. Single chamber pacing AAI, VVI. VVI is commonly used. AAI is less reliable, but it is commonly used in sick sinus syndrome with intact atrioventricular conduction. The tip of the electrode is placed in the right ventricle or atrium. Its main problems are it is unable to maintain the normal pacemaker function as the rate of the pacemaker is fixed, cannot adapt the different need of rate during exercise. Also, the normal sequence of atrial and ventricular contraction is lost, that is, atrioventricular synchrony is not maintained. VVI pacemaker may be associated with pacemaker syndrome. Now, dual chamber pacing. One electrode is placed in the right atrium and one is placed in the right ventricle. It has some advantages. It maintains the atrioventricular synchrony, so there is improved exercise performance of the patient. It also prevents pacemaker syndrome, which is common in single chamber pacing. There is also lower incidence of atrial arrhythmia in a patient with sinoatrial disease. Main problem of dual chamber pacing DDD: if sinus node function is abnormal, the paced rate does not increase with activity. Pacemaker mediated tachycardia: if they sense a retrogradely conducted P wave after ventricular depolarization, they trigger another ventricular beat, which may in turn cause another retrogradely conducted P wave. It leads to pacemaker-mediated tachycardia. This can be overcome by reprogramming atrial refractory period, by increasing refractory period, or by shortening atrioventricular delay. Now, what are the complications of pacemaker? The complications are infection, displacement, malfunction, pneumothorax, perforation of ventricular wall, ventricular arrhythmia, that is PVC, erosion of the generator or lead, electromagnetic interference, pacemaker failure, pacemaker mediated tachycardia by dual chamber pacing, pacemaker syndrome by single chamber pacing. Now, pacemaker malfunction may occur due to a dislodgement of pacemaker wire or by fibrosis around the tip of the pacemaker wire. ECG changes in pacemaker malfunction. ECG shows pacemaker spikes but no QRS. In other case, especially with a broken electrode wire or a short circuit in the pacing circuit or electrical interference from muscles of the chest wall, no pacemaker spike is seen in ECG. Failure to sense may occur in which pacemaker spike is inappropriate that may fall on T wave. In temporary pacemaker, if there is malfunction, always search for loose connection between the battery and the pacing wire. There may be faulty battery or dislodged wire. What is pacemaker syndrome? It is a condition characterized by transient hypotension, fatigue, dizziness, syncope, and distressing pulsation in the neck and chest. This occurs at the onset of ventricular contraction due to loss of atrioventricular synchrony. It occurs in single chamber pacing, which can be prevented by dual chamber pacing or by reducing the pacemaker rate so that sinus rhythm predominates.